Here we go. We should be getting Zuko versus Ricecrew in a couple minutes. I told Bite and Bit that I would do a replay for him that he played versus Wallian because I didn't catch that live. So we'll start with that. And then Zuko and Ricecrew should hopefully be ready by that point in time. So my understanding here is that Wallian got dumpstered on by Roland, maybe game two, because Wallian does lose a game in this set, um, which comes as a surprise to many people.
Are you seeing this absolute heresy right now?
Yeah, I know. Bite and Bit slamming Prisha for no reason.
I wish I was slamming Prisha for all the right reasons.
So either Wally's being kind with this ban pick, or he just messed up. But I don't think he should have given Almeida third over Mac. Oh, damn, no Amadeus pick. That's where Wally really went wrong. Could you keep an eye on if Ricecrew and Zuko start, JB?
Yeah.
Cool.
I know Zuko's pinging him again, so we'll see if and when Rice unZukos himself to respond.
Yep. So we got Michelle doing a nice little poke. Santa's getting ready. Whoa, TP at least play. He at least got strengthened, right? From the log. So poor Wally does have a 5-star Christian, so. Oh, he javelined? No. No, why?
Isn't 3C just better Javelin?
It's way better. You have 30% defense ignore, higher skill damage mod. Like, why?
Like, you just do it from that tree, also.
Well,
There was just no reason to
yeah,
not take that
because
tree.
you don't have to. No, you do have to move too in straight line. Yeah, so with 3C, if you want to get onto your key, you would have to go from here. But yeah, I think Javelin on the tree or 3C from here would kill either way.
I didn't realize that the retreat too was also in a straight line, because the skill itself is straight line, right?
Yeah, Elise is not a good hero. I think it always bears repeating. She is not a good hero. There's a lot of stuff that makes actually using her very difficult. Oh, Javelin is so sad. Almost like abusing the fact it's a 5-star Christian. He definitely could have just killed a 3C and then gone and killed something else like the puppet. You know? And then, like, Wally doesn't have that much range. I don't think Javelin would kill the Saintess, or the Michelle or Burn. So that's why I'm saying Puppet. Because then you've got your Prisha, Log, Tank, Almeida combo to clean up Saintess, Burn, Michelle, and a no Puppet Luke, which is sounds doable. So Luke hurts. Saintess debuffs are about to hit pretty hard. God. Oh, that poor T-Jet stats. It still does enough damage to kill, I guess. But the debuffs, man. Oof, that damage. Rip. Yeah, you know, I honestly think Bite and Bit would have been completely fine if you just killed Christie and then Puppet with Elise. If Luke isn't there to hit on that turn, Wally can't really set up the kill combo, I think. Javelin was so greedy.
Oh, we do have a ready Rice.
Okay, okay. Yeah, they can go ahead and roll map while we finish this up then. Catch them in fanfic.
Well, Zuko's last message was 3 minutes ago.
That's true.
Bite and Bit picking up his own Christian.
Yeah. I don't know how built this is or isn't. I think he has this build. Maybe. So he doesn't give Zion. Did he? Oh, I think... Isn't what happened is Roland silenced like 3 people with his AoE or something filthy? I just remember people being like surprised that Wally lost and then, you know, dunking on him a little bit for losing to Bite Bit, and then also be like, but also the silences were outrageous or something like that.
Oh, yeah, this was the Roland game. Yeah, because this was the game that I first wondered if he was on Spirit Boots. Spoilers.
Yeah. So yeah, I remember. I read some of the discourse around this, but I didn't, watch the game or anything. Because I remember Wally was confused, like, wait, why did Max use his Tidal Surge and kill his range? And Bite and Bit didn't really have a good reason for it.
Yeah. They are officially in BT Dubs.
Okay. There's a Tenyo Breeze. Yeah, I'm gonna say, if this is the AoE that silences everything, this was completely avoidable if he brought Mass Attack on Varna, which he needed to do to buff Amadeus and Varna herself anyways. Okay, so we got the 1 silence. And then is the AoE ready again because of the... Yeah, pressure.
If it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
Okay, so no silence on the Levinar. Also didn't dispel his FB, but a lot of good debuffs. Yeah, the Spirit Fate's Roland does kind of help.
Even with an int talent, having 2k int on Spirit Boots, I think is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's 10 cast and it's like his favorite unit, so I'm sure he has good enchants. Bite and Bit is a synth for like all of the main protagonists, including the like mobile protagonists.
Or Saint is being silenced for the only turns of her life that matter.
Yeah, and then we get the Saintus on these, or the silence on these two after.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, he should finally be out of juice. The pressure kept him going for a while there. So, Lavina can do this, but there are Almeida stacks in play. So no heal block or anything. Yeah. Wally kinda got bullied here by Roland. Like I said, I do think this was completely avoidable if he brought Mass Attack on Varna, which he should have done anyways. But you can't anticipate this many silence, but, you know, Mass Attack for your DPS, for 2 of your DPS, is a good idea. Because Wally functionally never got to attack this game. He's hit with 1 DPS, I think?
Yes.
Just Lavina. And it's like turn 5. And he has some super debuff stuff. Oh, well, this Fogger. Oh, no, it's only back 1. Oh, no, okay, yeah, so she's fogged. But you can't kill this with a Varna. Especially because Amadeus is about to die to Roland. Yep. Alright, let's go take a look at Zuko versus Rice. Are they still in ban pick?
It was not actually in, I'll be honest with you.
I see. Okay.
Hello, Ozma. Can you hear me?
Yeah, ALW.
Oh god, what's one of my side headphones is like not working for some reason.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I had to adjust my headset really quick.
Sometimes I have to like wiggle mine. I use wired headphones, and sometimes like I have to wiggle mine, otherwise the audio sounds like super low quality.
Yeah. Anyways, something happened on my account.
Oh, what's that?
I was rolling the the accessories from the honor store, like the honor using the honor points, right?
Yeah.
I bought the like 10 random ones, and one of them ends up being something that's very good. Do you want to guess what kind of accessory was it?
Was it wings?
It was butterfly.
Nice. So Ricecrew missed a ban there.
Oh, too busy tagging Zuko to let him know he's on the list.
So surely Zuko picks Ainz here, right? Surely he picks Ainz. Yes.
I'm a little surprised at the Hilda over Grenier, but yeah.
Yeah, Licko's Tensei, so it saves you having to run buff on her, but it will be very sad for the Yulia. You can probably run Strengthen on Ashmar or Lugner in this game.
True.
I think you can probably drop Devotion on Lugner, honestly, even though like his main good skill, but just because you don't really need single target healing against this team. Ein's Reality Slash has not shown itself to be very impressive, unfortunately. So
Rice is just stacking bodies on the list.
Oh yeah, we should mention that Zuko. So Zuko is Team Albedo, but he's first picking Licorice as part of his deferred pick thing. So he's picking Licorice. Um, I I always assumed that that was fine rule wise, but it seems like Raven actually is taking issue with that.
Wait, what?
That seems like it should be fine to me, like in my opinion, right? I don't think I never took that rule to mean it has to be one of the pick one healers. That's kind of honestly, if that's what it is, that's kind of stupid. Because what if you don't want
Yeah.
those units? You know, it's still a unit of that same role. You still have power for now, JB, so you can declare this match sanctioned.
I think after Zuko failing his second pick waifu 9 times in a row, I think this is very much in line with the spirit of what it was effectively supposed to be.
Yes, I would agree with that. All right, here we go. Ricecrew with more int on the Yulia. It's still not crazy int on the Yulia, but he has switched to a red Yulia set. Yeah, I mean that's it should be fine. It's just Raven's taking issue with the fact that he's picking Licorice, but I never took that to mean you have to pick one of the pick one tanks or pick one healers for that. I do think it's a stupid thing. The deferred thing in general is you can make some really toxic turtle boxes with that, which is why I didn't take that boon. But I do think the way I interpreted that boon, that Zuko's doing it fine. Because yeah, you just run like 2 pick one tanks or 2 pick one healers, and then a crap ton of off tanks or off healers, like 6 or 7 or whatever. I think the tank version is really strong, where you're first picking one of the 2, like Hilda or Christie, right? And then you just box like a ton of healers and off healers, and then whatever your second pick is. I think it just leads to stupidly strong boxes that are super hard for not meta boxes to kill. Yeah, Lando or Chris works too. Yeah, it's also strong with the tank waifu. It's just the healers are more killable than the tanks. Like the pick one tanks are really, really, really good against single target compared to the non-pick one tanks. Whereas there's plenty of non-good pick one healers, and like Almeida's not as instantly a no button as Elma is, you know? Like if you're AoE, you can AoE through Almeida with some work. Whereas I think the pick one tanks are pretty hard no to ST, and then if you have like 7 healers in the box. I don't know, Ricecrew.
Wait. So he meant it as if you're picking a tier 2 waifu tank, you get to pick one of the tier 2 waifu healers?
Is that it? Or does he mean you're supposed to pick one of the pick ones? I always just interpret it as broadly speaking a tank or broadly speaking a healer. Aside from like stupid stuff, like we're not going to count Patricia as a healer, right? Zuko, I think, tried to make that excuse once. But like in general, as long as most people were like, yeah, that's a tanker, yeah, that's a healer. And Liko is a healer, even if she does other stuff.
No one this season is playing any of these tier 2 healers as a waifu, right?
Yeah, nobody's using any of those. So Saintus is pretty scary here. But Ricecrew does have 2 healers, so we'll see what happens. Did he end up bringing a strength in? Yeah, he did. Wait, did he? Oh, he partnered Liko. What? Damn, where's the love for the waifu?
Expand healer group to pick 3, must first pick healer. Okay, so I guess I see how he thought he meant it, but I also see how everyone else read it.
Yeah, I kind of looked at it as separate things, like expand healer group to pick 3, period. Next thing, you must first pick a healer, not necessarily it has to be a healer from said category. Yeah. So Raven thinks it's illegal. Most of us did not interpret this to be illegal, the way Zuko drafted this ban pick.
What did Liko end up bringing? Buff, mass heal, and something?
Mass resist. So yeah.
Has Liko ever been the main win con?
Yeah, that's a stretch outside of some very weird games. Also, I just want to say, rip the unattacked with Ashmar, not killing the Albedo there. She definitely would have. She had left herself instead of the Yulia, which is a rip. That Lugner sins, like when she was at 4 stacks, it's such a big boost for tank busting. Yeah, I mean, Liko could probably be a pick 2 quality healer. It's just we're not trying to put all the really good healers in there or all really good. You know, I don't think that's if somebody has a built Liko, cool for them. You can use it. You know.
I mean, she's in the OP category, so like.
Yeah.
How did that do exactly nothing to her?
1,300 versus 1,200 on a fort. 1,200 times 1.3 is more than
okay.
1,300. The boots meme. Where are the forest priests, Ricecrew? I mean, Lugner still mostly did his dispels there, but still got a couple debuffs on a lot of this. I'm surprised Zuko didn't bring flying troops on Bozil. I don't know why I said Wally. I think I just saw the Saintus, and somehow now I'm thinking Wally more than Zuko with Saintus. Oh, you're on tier 2. Yeah, that's rough.
Oh yeah, he was saying that he missed his god. Oh, he reminds me of Betty.
Also, Moon, yeah, you have a 10 cast lookup. You also have like an everything, Moon. The list of heroes you don't have fully built is probably much, much smaller than the list of heroes that you do. You don't want to be like Invoker.
Damn, Moon not building best twink. What the hell?
I will say the demon transformation is funny. It's just too bad Zuko doesn't have any holy AoE here to abuse it.
Darn, if only Liko brought AoE.
It is funny watching her do exactly 1 damage to the Liko. That's some high MDF. I guess the Ashmar buff is also helping out. But also he's definitely like built for MDF.
Liko is one of those units who just always has a lot somehow.
Yeah, she probably has the high base, and MDef always ends up high really easy because the buff is naturally 30%.
Even though it's only like 26 or something. Dumb. Unless things are just calculated weird. I like spent some time one day trying to like re-enchant my Christie to get her like Ymir proof.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like noticing that in battle, like those 20 and 30% are not actually 20 and 30% boosts.
Oh, so it's because post-deploy effects stack additively, right? So you're getting some MDef from like your equipment and stuff like that. Right, so like it's, you know, if you have 15% int from your equipment and then 20% buff from attack, the 20% isn't a true 20% boost, it's 0.15 or 1.15 plus 0.2, which is less than 20%. It's like 17 or 18% or something, you know?
I do wish there was literally anywhere in this game where they explained how all of these hidden mechanics actually work and stack together without just someone did the math and figured this out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is unfortunate. Alright, so Bozel's getting ready to do some pretty juicy action. Same with Ainz. Like, Ricecrew has no healer actions here. And Zuko's got 2 scary AoE debuff men.
Oh, why did he save Yulia for last?
Yeah, that's a good question. This Liko is never gonna die just because of MDF, but like, the rest of the team isn't gonna love this. Yulia, I guess, can heal the team some here.
Exactly 2 members of the team.
Yes.
Does Lugnut still have his 3C up?
Yeah, he should, because he used Devotion. Yeah, he does. But how many heal blocks do we end up with? Okay, just one on Lugner himself.
His is Sophia style where it dispels first, right?
Yeah, but only does 1 debuff unlike Sophia's.
Oh. The Bozel getting to do it all again, though, is problematic.
Yeah. Ricecrew does at least have a nice amount of immunity here with the Licorice, and like he's got the strength on the Ashmar, so she's not going to get silenced, but Lugner's not going to love this next one. And Ainz can also Black Hole. Poor Ainz with the Tyr and Lugner.
Is Lugner in danger of disposal?
No, he's on a tree, so he's not taking that much damage from each of these AoEs. Because he also has good MDef. This is kind of funny, because they're both kind of out of juice. Like, Bozil can AoE again, and Saintess will clock all her skills when she untransforms, but like...
Ouch.
Okay, it's time for a joint battle for my part.
Oh no!
Licko, why?
I think he targeted Yulia, so she's the one who had debuff immunity. Well, also, I know I say this a lot, but why does nobody use silence immune accessories in this tournament? Nobody!
Surely I won't be fighting an entire debuff-oriented Dark AoE team with 9 chances to silence all of my units. Surely.
And yeah, so I mean, Albedo is Albedo. Like, when the Yulia went to hit him, like, okay, so something's probably gonna proc here. It could be the block, it could be the defender proc, it could be the 3C proc. Something is bound to trigger whenever you hit Albedo. What the hell is this buff description? Passive crit decreased by 20%? What? What is passive crit?
What?
I'm pretty sure it just means regular crit chance reduction, but for some reason this calls it passive crit. I couldn't tell you why. Good job, Raven. Holy Ring or Bracer is the only way to use Mariandel. I know people like their D-Jewels, but... Ooh, the Hilda can't guard, because she was passive silence, so she got Moby down.
Not like this.
Also, Lugner's Dispel right now is terrible, because Regulate does AoE healing, but it doesn't do any Dispel. Also, he didn't bring Forest Priests. And I didn't notice if he was Night Bloom. Or Ricecrew with no good gear. I'll say, so Zuko moved Albedo away, but I don't think he really needed to do that, right? He could still, he wasn't like getting Moby down by the Yulia or anything where he was, and I guess she could go up here to try to kill Saintess. Was the danger. So we've got the double kill. That probably swings in Ricecrew's favor there, if I had to guess. But I was going to say, Saintess Beam might, if it silences Lugner, it could be really bad. It didn't. Oh, Zuko's Holy Ring on the Licko. Or Saintess. That or he dispelled it when with the tile. Good job, Vines. Oh, yeah. Now Ricecrew's pretty dead. He has 0 remaining DPS. And Irons will have AoE again after next turn. Like, Licka's gonna take a long time to get on silence here. Unless Lugner gets lucky. But he's not on Forest Priest, and I don't think I noticed it being Night Bloom, so... Yeah, I assume Zuko just wanders his way over to the center. Sets up like the Saintis into Bozal, or sorry, not Bozal, Iron's AoE.
Hey, Osmo, have you ever seen this player named Fire's Requiem?
Yeah, he's in Waifu Wars even.
Oh, he's currently doing JB with me right now, although by random join, of course.
Nice. Yeah, Fire's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Why not? Mass heal. Isn't that just like better than Mass Heals there? I would think. Because Mass Heal does actual dispel. Damn, still doesn't get Giants. Ricecrew doesn't really have a sustainable position now because Hilda doesn't have the lifetime guard, so eventually the Lyco is going to be out of guard. I don't think he'll do enough damage to kill himself. Yeah. I guess it's like,
Yeah.
what are you going to do? Silence me? And he's already silenced, so...
Zuko can't get around to block that Lugner, right?
I don't think so, but he doesn't really need to. The Hilda's kind of locked into where she is, like she doesn't have time to get over to a different position. And she doesn't have full uptime guard, right? So there'll be a turn where she doesn't have 2-range guard, and this stuff will just get comboed down. I was gonna say, he really should just stand with Saintus. That way she loses all her Lunar debuffs and can do actual damage again. I will say, Hilda's guard should last long enough so that I don't think Zuko will be able to save his Liko. But also, Ricecrew has no DPS, and Zuko's ahead on damage. Hines finally gets unsilenced.
Bone Daddy has things he would like to say.
Also, Ricecrew moves the 2 healers first. Is a choice. He honestly could have moved. Oh no, she's gonna transform this turn. I was gonna say she could have moved up 1, right, and then done it, but no, she couldn't because she's gonna go murder. Mode. Mikey pleading. But yeah, I don't think there's a way for Rice to win this game. Even if Liko dies, these troops self-heal. There's no way 2 healers and a tank are busting Albedo through procs and self-healing troops with basic attacks. And Flying debuffed his spell didn't take, or buffed his spell didn't take Licorice's immunity there. Did it take the Hilda's guard? Because that's happened like every time I've played against Lions. It did.
Classic.
This thing literally has a 100% chance to dispel guards. It does. It really, really does. What? Devil Axe Hilda? Question mark? Okay. I mean, I guess it has HP on it. Imagine if Ricecrew had brought Route instead of like 3C here. Oh wait, he brought Tensei buff though. So he needs guard. He should just not bring Tensei buff then. Imagine just like pushing this Albedo into the fog.
So we're not a believer in Rice making up the 100k damage, right?
We are not, in fact, believers today, folks. Liko's gonna do a little bit of pain here, but poor Heinz. Get eaten up here. Yeah, a clock might have actually made Ricecrew in there.
Devil Axe Hilda is definitely a tech of all time.
Yes. Goodbye, Ainz. I mean, the thing with Albedo, right, is it's 30% chances, right? I guess Forbidden is... No, Forbidden is still 30% chance, yeah.
Forbidden is still 30%, but 20
Strength, yeah.
damage. Okay. Compared to the other two that are 30-30.
Yes, that is correct. Honestly, you're making it a lot closer than I was anticipating it being here, Rice. Does Hilda... Oh, Hilda does take life here, I think.
Is this turn 12?
This is turn 11.
Ooh.
Oh, but this will make Saintus basically unkillable. I think Saintus lives. I think the only one who has a chance of killing this is Liko, which means Lugner has to kill this. Oh wait, the Hilda fixed might help. Yep, Liko has enough DI. I think he had to kill the Albedo first, though. I think it's... I don't want to say because Rice is in chat. But I think there is a correct order to do this. And it was the other way. Because you want the fix to kill as many troops as you can, so that Lugner's punch takes out the rest. Because the fix isn't enough here. I think you'd have won if Hilda punched first. Although I guess she died, so no fixed anyways. What a game.
Jeez. What an ugly debuff full slug.
Yeah.
Hello, Kamish.
Yeah, how's it going, Kamish? Although, is he even Kamish yet? Or are you still Kamish, JB?
I think JB is still commish.
Damn. It hasn't been
Yeah.
for a week yet.
No, we should have him to see if we're going to keep him as new commish.
Hmm.
We could co-commish. How about that? I like that plan.
That'd be fine. That first match, so I just caught the tail end of it again. So he just did Albedo get any like good procs to save her, or
Yeah.
She got at least one like way earlier.
Mm-hmm. But
I saw the one when Yulia attacked her on. She attacked her on the tower, right? And for some reason,
I think so. Ricecrew has a habit of attacking tanks onto terrain for no reason.
It's a
Uh,
stylistic choice.
yeah, let's say that. But also, I mean, she just procced a lot, and as we saw, that ended up being pretty close. Partially just because Zuko is Zuko and he didn't want to kill Ainz to save Liko a spot. But also, like,
Yeah.
just what it was.
Wait, so is Zuko allowed to pick an OP healer first? I didn't know.
I read the rule that it could be any healer. I didn't take it as it has to be one of the pick one category healers myself.
I mean, it was supposed to be one of the pick one categories because if you, I mean,
If you're expanding the pool and letting you pick the tank second, like
Yeah.
you should have to. Yeah.
Oh, I agree. I was so confused why you were allowed to just like pick a fucking sissy first or something. Like that's
Well,
ridiculous.
Sissy would count.
Yeah,
Oh, is she
Sissy
not
would
part of
count.
the OP? Okay.
Yeah.
Sissy would count. The point was, and I guess if people want to just pick Liko and only bring healing skills, I don't have a huge problem with her in that role. The bigger issue is if you pick her and then bring AoEs and say, oh, well, now I have a faction buffer and AoEs. You know.
Yeah, like her AoE does heal, but it's not the healer.
Yeah, it'd be the same thing for Marindel. I don't think you would be. If someone wanted to first pick her in this role, I would say no. Like that's not the point of it. The
Like,
point was to make sure.
If somebody wanted to first pick Nymph, I would say that I think that would be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have necessarily a problem with that. But I think we have to fix the rules and just make them more clear on that.
I'm gonna be honest. I never actually got why it's you first pick a healer, but also you expand the pool. If you're gonna first pick, wouldn't it make sense to just box two anyways?
That way you just get whichever your opponent doesn't want to give you.
Yeah, basically, right?
No, well, the point was to give you the most amount of good healers that you can have, without. So yeah, you guarantee one, but you're also second picking a tank, so they can really just ban out a bunch of your DPS. So you really, I don't know if just having one healer, or you want to at least force them to ban out other stuff.
I guess that's true. Like if you have three of the pick ones, then they have to ban out at some point if they don't want to give you two strong healers.
Yeah, because the whole point is that you want to help the tank live. You want to help the tank live. And if you get like two of those units, then I mean, hopefully your tank's not dying that easy.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been shocked by some of the performances this season. So
Yeah, I mean, can only bring.
Go ahead.
Like healing skills. Is that?
I would say so. I mean, we're gonna have to put that rule down. If you're picking someone like this, then you're picking healing skills. We don't want people to be picking these units and then picking
like we probably wouldn't allow Agnes, even though some people consider her a healer.
No, I wouldn't. No.
Yeah,
no, she's not.
But we should probably delineate. Like I don't think it necessarily has to be just the pick ones or pick two healers, or I guess it's technically, but we should probably specify which ones get the pass, which ones don't.
Yeah, if someone's actually has Discord open, can you put that rule down? Or JV, can you do it if you have it? I'm on my phone. I can't really swap back and forth easy.
Do you want me to make a poll for it, or just add?
No, I don't really care about the other people's opinions for this one. Let's just make it cut and dry.
I don't have permission to send messages in this channel.
You're terrible.
I guess Sam only gives you half powers.
You left me with effectively nothing.
How do I give you permission to?
I don't know if you can give me permission for it. I think that's also something Sam would have to do.
Just remember, guys.
How do I even see who has
Raven is under Sam. Don't forget.
If you go all the way to the top above the welcoming lounge, there's the members thing. Can you see that?
Okay.
It shows you who has what. Oh wait, I guess that's just roles. Never mind. But there's a way to get that to show you what. Or can you only see what?
I thought people could write shit here. Didn't I have to tell people not to write stuff here?
In
In
rules?
rules, no.
No.
Just like the no discussion in the suggestion box that people discussion in.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
If you
okay.
can't get to it right now, then
Yeah, I'm not getting to it right now. Just ping Zuko and yell at him. Just say only healing skills on the go.
I mean that's. I assume he knows because
Yeah, I mean,
that's
he's also
the
in,
exact same comp.
He's also been in Twitch chat. Both him and Ricecrew have actually been in the Twitch call here. Sometimes responding to each other while they're also playing each other.
The beef never truly dies.
Yep. Can we just get some appreciation for getting a Maya pick here? Even if she doesn't quite have her skin yet, gotta have appreciation for the Maya.
True, I'm impressed Zuko's playing any games before Thursday.
Pretty hard counter, it feels like, to what Rice is trying to do with Maya and Kyra.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rice has some serious problems in this draft. Kyra eats up all of these except for Yulia, who she can eat up after a couple of attempts. None of these I would expect to be Kyra proof. Maybe Lego is Kyra proof, but this should die.
I doubt.
This should die. Oh, he brought Faith.
Oh,
I would have probably just brought double attack skill.
that is. He just didn't bring jump.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I was thinking this was jump. I don't remember what they look like.
Yeah,
Well-
Kyra's another one of those units that has like the Kagura problem of all of my skills look the same.
Yeah, they're all the same color scheme with vaguely similar portraits.
I mean, could you imagine anyone dumb enough to just like run to the middle of the field and use Gorge instead of Kagura's Act again?
Right?
though?
That would be absolutely crazy. So the Beyblader does Beyblade things. Is this any better built than it used to be? Is that 4-star or 5-star talent? I don't know.
I mean, he doesn't have 7,000 HP anymore, so
Yeah,
Guess that's-
it's definitely a plus compared to the old Theon.
I assume that's like 5-star.
That is 4-star. Just
That's
slightly better
4-star.
build. We do have Sorks rather than Faceless on the Kyra, which I'm a little surprised at. Just because he's fighting
just a
like the AoE
real
team.
believer in her ability to re-heal herself.
I guess so. It's just the problem is like this doesn't do AoE damage, it does fixed damage that will break the Sorks. So you have to rely on Leko a fair amount.
I mean, she can go down like 2 down from Albedo and
Yeah.
everything, right?
Have we looked at Liko's skills already? I wasn't super.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
Zuko's, they're fine, yeah. Oh, I didn't even realize. I thought this was actual samurai for a minute. I didn't know Masked Maids had a samurai skin.
Masked Maids have some pretty cool skins, I
Hmm.
will admit. I do just wish they were better.
Not completely outclassed by like every infantry that's come out for the past 3 years. Yeah.
Liko overwrite the Beyblades.
Yeah.
No,
No. Oh, sorry. Cut
Beyblade.
you over at the Beyblades. No.
Beyblades are high prio. Only Maya can.
Maya and Caroline, I think, are the only things. Or sorry. Well, yeah, Maya, Caroline, and Rose, I think, are the only things in the format that can unbeyblade the Beyblades?
Elise, I think.
Elise is low prio
Or-
unless it's on defensive terrain.
Yes.
Elise is not a good character.
At least sometimes can, is what you're saying.
Yeah. I remember I was playing versus somebody. I managed to like put my Elise key on a terrain tile. Like I set up my tank specifically so that a terrain tile would be in front. Because I was playing against a grain shield, so I put my key on a mountain in front of my tank to bait them, where they thought they could override it and then they couldn't, and it actually worked.
You'll love to see it.
Didn't your Shinpachi get bodied by her though when Walian was playing?
Yeah, I got displaced, and then it was like, oh fuck, because I don't use electric.
Imagine losing to Elise.
That could have been literally any hero with displace, though. The thing with Elise, right? That could have been a Sherry, and it would have been like 3 times better if she'd shadow raided and then pushed me.
Sherry's not bringing Shadow Raid and push. You know
She
that's
could.
not happening.
Why not?
You know that's not happening.
I almost brought Wind Whisper on Sherry, and I should have.
But that's a different tech. Wind Whisper, like if you want to do like Scepter,
Shadow Raid, Wind Whisper.
Shadow Raid, Wind Whisper to kill like Yulia, that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. That's what this tourney's about. More people need to Shadow Raid Wind Whisper on their Sherry.
Only if you're fighting Yulia. I mean,
It's a good idea, actually.
I was
I'm
even
gonna
going to
do
use
that
it not
when I
against
play
Yulia,
Rice.
just for like cleaning up like high like maidens and stuff, like tanky stuff. But yeah, against Yulia too, it would work.
I don't know if she really gets close enough to killing maiden users.
I had
gonna do it.
Zuko's Kaguya, right? With he was on maidens with Glory of the World, so the buffs were more or less balanced. He had DR buff, I had DI buff, and he lived with like a couple thousand HP. And I think I had Legion that game,
Okay.
so I think maybe Wind Whisper instead of Legion, maybe. So we do have the aggressive let and grab on the Albedo. So Kyra is not really reaching much at this point, other than Yulia, who's kind of a bad target.
Does Maya clear on both AoEs or just her 3C?
Any of her AoEs.
Anything.
It's part of her EE.
Okay.
She did use the Ice Dragon Breath to wipe that first set, but I'm not actually sure that was like super worth it. Because now she's like super out of play, because she's so far back.
Well, she gets to cast it from like what 2 off, right?
Yeah, she can target her allies to hit them with it. It's
So
just,
she can cast it onto Liko right now.
yeah, it's just you're only hitting like 2 heroes. Like you're not getting into this backline stuff anytime soon. That's my point. Not before Albedo dies.
Right.
Ainz can AoE, I guess, but again, this stuff's kind of far back, and he's got plenty of healing.
He might need to heal. I mean, I don't know. He might. This Albedo is close. I don't think she's taking anything else.
See if this play works.
Yeah,
I turned the screen away and I went back and I was like, oh, that's I wasn't expecting that.
yeah. I mean, like if Albedo dies here, right, you can kind of just play the SD Yulia cleanup game. He's kind of got enough healers that I don't know. Maybe Kyra can knock out 1 or 2 things, but oh, he tries to take the life. Faith, I guess, is nice healing with the 3C pulse too. I think Liko can kill though. Unless Albedo procs.
With no, I don't.
But she does have like a lot of DI.
Why would
Yeah.
he hit Albedo? He needed to do that out of range. I'm sorry, Karya, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a mistake doing that spot. Somebody else kept AoEing at Kyra for no reason that I couldn't understand it. I don't remember who it was.
I was just thinking about that. I couldn't remember.
But someone like kept hitting Kyra with their AoEs, and there was like zero reason to.
Yeah, like it was a really avoidable.
And they did it like 2 or 3 times in the same match, and I'm like, why? Was it Wallian? Or someone else? I don't think Wally would do that. Oh, I didn't notice he already used Aurora Ring with her, huh?
Yeah.
The like close is cool, but the problem is she has like no sustain on her healing, right?
Yeah. Like her 3C passive helps, but it's not enough.
Mm-hmm. So here we get a pretty juicy Maya AoE since Liko came in close. Look at all
I
those
want to
dispels.
say rude
Oh.
on Zuko for not warning us in chat to go times
True,
1
true.
speed.
True.
Do you think this Ladin just can kill Kyra? Never mind.
I don't think Redeemer's Legend kills Kyra now.
I mean, that's very low defense, though.
Yeah, but like she does have some damage reduction from her 3C passive and stuff. Or at least she did.
Yeah, she didn't have anything.
No, it doesn't her 3C passive.
Yeah, it's 10% Fizz
Wow.
dealer.
Yeah, now carry. Yeah, that was aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now, I mean, Theon. Can Theon kill Kyra?
You couldn't reach.
Oh, he couldn't.
No, not with a basic. Theon does so little damage, it's so sad. God. That's so useless.
Going for Irons was like way too aggressive. Should have just
Mm.
healed.
Yeah, I'm fairly confident that with that debuff and MDef, or defense and MDef spell, he definitely doesn't kill this Kyra. And now the Kyra just goes kind of crazy on his team after she gets skills back. Especially because Yulia burned the Godly Menace earlier and then didn't really get much out of it.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know that killing Irons is worth anything, really.
Yeah.
It's the moral victory.
The moral victory. At least go for like the waifu kill.
But what would demoralize Zuko more? And I think it's killing Ainz.
I mean, I would love it if this Yulia could kill Maya.
Mm. The Int is still a little potato. He did just switch to like a red set instead of thorns, which helped some, but he didn't spend a lot of enchants on it, so
I mean, at least he does have soldier advantage, but
that's true. I think
Theon finally got an attack buff.
I think now, although this can do a bunch of dispels. Yeah, here's where it kind of sucks not having that Ice Dragon breath, huh? Just
Yeah.
like Moby down the Ledin after he stands.
Okay.
So, I mean, this definitely dies to Yulia now.
Oh, did he dispel the lock in place on him? Or no?
I don't think you can,
Oh, okay.
unless I'm wrong and you just missed it. It would have only dispelled one, so.
Gotcha.
Oh no, yeah, you can dispel it. You just didn't get it. I honestly probably would have just healed with Liko there. Because like Yulia, I don't think is killing Sanctus or Maya at full health, and Ledin has to move eventually.
Yeah, I think Zuko still probably wins this.
I think so. I think that the Kyra carry is gonna kill Theon, kill Close, and then you just whittle these down. I don't think Yulia is in any shape to solo the Albedo.
Maybe on some defensive terrain, possibly. Nope,
When does Menace come back?
Like 3 turns, because it takes forever.
Ugh.
Not minute. I mean, I think Ledin needs his 3C more than.
Yeah, with Ledin 3C there'd be some plays, but it's gonna take a long time for that too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Try to attack Kyra. No.
Yeah, I think it's only 1 block on his guard disable, so if he went to
Ew.
Kyra, it wouldn't work anymore. Unlike Julius, it's only 1.
Gotcha.
So I mean, Yulia basic honestly probably kills Theon if he's T-Star, which he is.
Who?
I think Yulia basic kills Theon here, right?
Yulia's basic?
Kyra?
Sorry, Kyra, yes.
Kyra,
Theon, Yulia.
she can't reach them, does she?
Yeah, Kyra can't reach.
Oh, because of the terrain, you're right.
Oh, now she can.
Yeah, now she can.
That was no reason.
Oh, it's not T-Star.
I mean, what was the point of that, though?
There absolutely was
Oh,
no.
wait. Yulia can kill Kyura now, right?
Yeah,
Can she get around?
she can.
Yeah.
She's
Why
unicorns.
wouldn't she have unicorns? That was a throw.
Oh. So it was bait. Got it.
Or Zuko just forgot he doesn't have jump back. I don't understand why he brought Faith, honestly. I don't think he would struggle to kill anything in this draft other than maybe the Licorice.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, I think Ledin just moves down guards, and then you're good.
Yeah.
Eventually, you just yankily go away.
Wait, he killed the Kyra? Oh, I was.
With
Yeah.
Yulia.
Yeah.
Oh, why would he move him out guard range? Seems
To
very-
kill Theon.
To kill Theon. I don't know if he forgot he doesn't have jump back.
Hmm.
That menacing 4-star food.
Like, I was just curious if she could kill the Theon eventually. I was like, oh, she can probably kill Theon, right? Just looking at like stats and stuff. Because Theon was well out of guard range and couldn't get back to guard range. But he kind of just went for it.
Oh, I think Rice has this one, but last time I said that he lost, so
Yeah, but Ledin should be able to just yank the Albedo next turn. And then you just comp it on the Lico with these twos.
Well, why wouldn't he just, from where he is?
yeah, he could also
yank
grab
the
Lico
Lico.
from where he is. Either way, I mean, like, I don't think... It's a Mobi -2, right, on Ledin's 3C? No, it's -3. Yeah, so Albedo can't even get out of it, so... I would kind of have expected Albedo to, like, move over, so that he can't just directly grab the Lico, but... So yeah,
What do those troops get from being in water again?
MDef. But yeah, it should just be Ledin, Yoink, Lico, Yulia, 3C's Lico, but that's not what he did.
I mean, I guess he's just opening up that tile for him to do the same.
I guess, it's just, I don't know that close punch kills. Like, I don't know if Ledin directly kills. Ledin doesn't have any DI, he really doesn't do that much damage. I guess he has a DI buff, which helps, but... Why are you moving further from center? Oh, he's fogging the Albedo. Okay.
Damn.
And he's Hard Rock.
that's just disrespectful.
I think all of Rice's tanks are hard rock.
They must be.
Hard
Well,
rock.
no, they're a lot of them are thorns,
His Christie's hard rock.
but the Hilda and Alpha are thorns and have 100% thorns proc rate. But the others must be hard rock, yeah. You know, I was today years old when I realized that hard rock works on offense too. I cannot say I've ever used the enchant.
BRB re-rolling offensive hard rock.
Right? And that Celica hard rock combo for crazy healing. Believe.
You know, maybe they'll make vampire bats useful. Because would hard rock proc before the vampire bats try to heal?
I have no idea, honestly. Yeah,
GG,
GG is
have you
good
played any
content, guys.
matches yet?
What was
Have I?
that?
Have
Have you
I?
played any?
I have
LGs?
not.
I have
Gotcha.
not. Oh wait, are you
I
talking
haven't
to
either.
Osmer or me?
No, you, since you're on my team.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I know I have to play it. I have to play Ozma at some point.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Loon later this week, and then I'll probably ping you guys around the same time I'm doing that.
Okay, that's
I think
fine.
I'm playing Alka tomorrow. At least.
whatever he
Probably.
gets back to you there.
Yeah.
I would
I
play
haven't
now,
played
but I
any
have
on
some
that.
work to take care of. And I'm
No,
busy
I
tomorrow.
understand. I understand what it's like to be scared. It's okay.
Damn. What are you playing, Team
Everyone does
Renata?
it.
I
Yeah.
probably should be scared. I don't know. I'm scared of being seed the higher seed in our group because our group is scary. Who can I beat in our group? Let's take a look at this. So I'm playing versus Fire, Estab, Puelehala, Raven, Loon, Valabar. So I think Puelehala is the only one I think I have an especially decent chance versus.
I don't even remember what do you do? You just have like the 6 guys in your box, right?
Yeah, if I want to. I'm not even usually planning to do that. I didn't want to take the deferred pick thing because I think it's stupid.
And just causes all this controversy.
Yeah.
It's only Zuko. That's it. The
Yeah,
one
I
who
mean, like, to
always-
be fair, if I was going to
Always
do it...
messes up everything.
So, like, when I was doing testing the deferred pick thing, let's put together the box real quick. So it was these two as the tanks.
I always love Ozma speed building his box.
Yeah, of course. We had a Mariendel, we had an Elma, we had an Agnes, we had Chris, of course. We had Almeida. There's some more healers in there. Where's Sophia? I think Angelica might have been in there. And then a couple strong DPS. Who else was in it? Who are my strong waifu or DPS when I'm not memeing? I don't remember who the actual DPS in the box were, but it was basically just first pick a really OP tank and then have like 7 healers in the box. And yeah, it was kind of filthy strong. It was like IBC, Grenshiel. I think
For you?
Sherry was in there. Yeah, this would be my try hard box.
I don't have Twitch up because
This was like my deferred pick try hard box where you just first pick an OP tank and then have like 7 or 8 healers and then a couple strong DPS, and I think it's kind of grossly OP. I don't really.
I don't think that's that scary, to be honest. But
You don't think so? I think it's two incredibly hard to bust that are good against Sin's tanks, and then a bunch of super good win con. Lanford was of course non-SP, but Lanford, like, you just pick a really strong DPS third and then you just kind of win if they can't break you.
well, I mean, Lanford is easier. I would just give you Lanford and just break him.
Oh no,
Man.
I'm not picking him as a tank, but that's the thing. I'm just gonna I would first pick Hilda or Christie every single game, and then I would
Well,
second pick
okay,
Chris,
yeah,
of
I
course.
know. I'm just saying, in this case, I would just ban DPS first, force you to pick one of those two, and then you're stuck with Chris, and then I just ban 2 more DPS and just keep going down.
Yeah, but that's why all of the DPS in the box are theoretically. The IBC is probably the weak point, because I don't have any of the super crazy OP pick one enablers built. But I think structurally you can make some really stupid boxes like this.
Well, I mean, honestly, structurally, you could make stupid boxes with in any season, any format that
Yeah,
we've done.
it's
So
just like that. This doesn't really have anything to do with being a Chris box, you know.
that's more of a Chris problem.
Well, no, but like I
than
think my
a real
actual
problem.
Y4 box, right? Like, which is Chris, of course. Let's see if I can remember off the top of my head. Christy, Hilda, Yulia, Freya, Shinpachi. Almeida, Lugner. Where's Lugner? Sophia, Angie, Farah. Where's Farah? Excella. Sherry, and who was the last DPS I was playing in this box? Oh,
Is it the red guy, Gory?
It was Gory, yeah. Yeah, this was like, this is where a box where Chris is actually doing a job, right? She's both offering, buffing for a lot of the heroes who want it, and speed support for a lot of these really slow heroes, right? This is an actual Chris box.
But come on, if we're being like, this is really fun. That's fun. That definitely, I definitely support like doing boxes like that and using like these units. It's just this is not. This is just a weaker DPS. That's it.
Yeah,
all you're saying is you're just subbing
saying
out stronger DPS for weaker DPS and saying, well, now it's Chris.
Yeah, because Chris is actually making these units halfway viable by giving them, DI and breezes.
Well, I mean, when we did Chris the first season, she made some of those units very viable by giving them all those tenure buffs. That was as much of a Chris box as this one is.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, a lot of the units I think don't really need it as much, and she would kind of just be some crappy refresh healer.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what I mean. That's just her issue. It's not. At the end of the day, it's doing the same thing. You're just buffing other units, and you're just subbing out strong units for weak ones because we want to have fun.
Yeah, I
but
guess
it
that's
doesn't.
true.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean,
it just she feels like she's more necessary for this box to function than the other one. The other one you could two pick basically any hero, I think, and it wouldn't really matter.
Yeah, I get that.
Whereas I think she has a little bit more core to this.
But like looking at the box you had before, knowing your units, you have a couple of really hard carries. And there, if I ban DPS and then you only have those two revive tanks, and you pick one of them, and then you have to pick Chris second, I could get rid of the carries.
Well, yeah, so theoretically there's enough, right? It's Kaguya, Gustav, Lanford, Grenshiel, Sherry. Who are the other strong carries in the box? Yeah, so I guess this is a my account problem. Theoretically, you'd throw like a Patricia in here or something else that's really, really strong. Hoffman could work as a carry.
But you can't run Patricia and IBC.
Yeah, but this would be no IBC because I don't think IBC is like a good carry.
Yeah.
She doesn't have like the sustain, and she's not like bulky unless you're exactly Will underscore.
Because like I know for if you pick, I don't know, Mariandel, third, I'm not exactly terrified of that. If you pick Grenshiel third, I'm not. There are ways to deal with that. Like especially if your first two picks were a tank and Chris. I'm not exactly terrified of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to break that, though, because Chris is actually fairly sin-proof. Grenshiel's fairly sin-proof. My tanks are really, really fat. Mariandel can be sin-proof conditionally. Like, I think that if I third pick one of these 7 heroes, it could be really hard to win if you're not playing, like, a meta waifu war box.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it lets you make really hard to break turtle comps unless you're playing all of the really meta waifu war units.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's the same for most of them. It's difficult to play to beat. I guess if we're calling them meta waifu boxes, if you're not playing the meta waifu boxes, which is why certain players just play the meta ones and win a lot.
Yeah.
It is very difficult if you're trying to have like fun, like you know, you're gonna have a hard time.
It's just like, have you seen Will's games this season, Raven?
No.
Because Will's playing basically that, and it's really strong.
Will is strong every single season. I don't.
Yeah, I know. It's just like this. I just think this is a really big buff for tank push when it was already in a pretty good spot.
Oh, it is a buff for tank push. It definitely is.
I just think it was.
I'm not.
Like, I think tank push was already honestly pretty well balanced last season. We even had a tank push captain win.
Yeah. Well, it's only a buff for. I mean, who's Will's captain again?
Listel.
Listel. The fact that he gets to first pick a tank or a healer is just like ridiculous. It's gonna just. There's like no way I'm gonna be able to break whatever tank he
yeah, he's gonna first pick one of his super fat 1500 defense, 1600 defense tanks, and then he has like 9 or 10 healers in the box and a bunch of units with a 1100, 1200 defense that are never gonna die to sins.
Yeah.
And just the fact that he's gonna get a really good tank every game makes it really tough because like tank bust is almost off the table against that.
Right, but that's more of a function of just Will having a problem with his units are too strong.
Yeah, it's just also like in general, I think the pick 2 tanks or pick 1 tanks, pick 2 are really 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 tanky compared to the non pick 1 tanks. The healers it's less dramatic. I don't think the pick 1 healers are strong, but the other non pick 1 healers are really good. The tanks that are in the pick category are way stronger than the tanks that aren't. So like always getting one of those is really, really, really strong. That's just my 2 cents anyways. We can really see how that plays out over the season, but I just think it's a little problematic in some people's case.
I mean, like allowing like the system to be based on waifu and player tiering makes more sense now, because like I would say no tier 1 and tier 2 players should get these like crazy boons. Like Will should have to pick Listel first,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can look at it like if the boon system as a whole goes over well, we can see if we want to like reevaluate it for next season, like to see if it's player rank plus
that's
waifu rank.
The only thing. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do, is just to figure out if people are having fun with it. If people are having fun getting to use units that, I mean, we're already seeing a lot of units that aren't used. So I think that's good. And we'll see if it's too complicated and it's not as fun, then we just change it back next season. It's not a big deal.
I don't know. Allowing those OP tanks, like, I can't take anything but OP units. I had to sub out my fun units because I wasn't gonna get through Alandius, Christie.
Yeah, but that's the game's problem. The difference between the tank. You can't. Then you might as well not have any tank push, because you saw the first couple of seasons.
The strongest tanks, like you can take an Albedo, you can take a Frey, you can take a Shinpachi.
Okay. We already had seasons where that and single target rush runs over those spots.
Vargas.
Zuko, not everyone has Vargas built.
Also, like,
I mean, that's
so like I tried a season right where I had three magic tanks and then a Vargas, and they just banned me into the magic, like into the Vargas, and killed me with Lucretia
I'm just saying,
we
saw when we didn't have these powerful tanks in, as Dao was killing it. It's just you can't win. You don't have any choice really, and Albedo and Elucia are probably the 2 best of that bunch, and those are not as common.
Yeah, I don't even own Albedo, right? That collab was years before I even started.
I have a 3-star. Same with Elucia. I mean,
and I don't own Elucia ever. I just never pulled her. Like I built Shinpachi to fill a hole before we had the extra tank slots. So like now I also built Ledin from scratch for this. But like you can't really expect most people to go build 2 new tanks from scratch, one of which needs
Right.
sharding and an SP,
And
just to have a somewhat usable tank comp that still gets
and we have
shredded.
the thing is we have to add these tanks because the game. It's not our fault, but the game just did not balance it well at all. They didn't balance it well, and if we had not added them, you would have had it. We probably wouldn't even be doing this anymore because I don't think anyone wanted to play 7 seasons of single target rush.
Like there's stuff
mean,
there's stuff like a
Fine,
lane.
allowing them.
What?
But allowing them is fine. But I think letting them pick them first is where.
That's where I
line
agree with
gets
you, Mikey.
wrong.
I think allowing them first is problematic because they are so much
Yeah,
better than the other tanks.
could
It's
be,
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
But that's also upon you. If you know that's who you're fighting against, and you should change your box to, abuse someone that's trying to first pick a tank. I don't know.
Yeah, but when you've got Will's box who has 8 super good healers and a bunch of sin-proof DPS, what is the counter to that? If you can't tank bust it,
I just don't know if we should be making every rules decision to see if everyone could fight Will.
yeah, it's just like even me, like I thought that box I had was
I mean,
pretty
I'm
strong.
not changing the rules so that people can beat me out. It's just everyone loses.
I just think it
People lose
makes
to Will.
it just makes toxic
Yeah.
total comps. I just think it does. I think it's a bit excessive.
It could be. Oh, I guess we'll see how it is. It could be very toxic, but there's definitely always captains and always teams that are oppressive and toxic and run through the table.
Yeah, I'm just not really sure why we added that, right? Like at this point, there's enough tanks and enough healers allowed that it's not that hard to make a 4 tank 4 healer box, if you are planning to do it, right? Like, I guess some people don't own like Shinpachi or don't own so Freya's a freebie, right? And most people have at least one of Landius, Hilda, and Christie built, so that's 2. A lot of people have more than that, and then somebody can build Shinpachi or Ledin or whatever. Like I don't think it's that. The tanks are the harder part to come up with 4, but I don't think it's that much of a stretch to. And the healers, I think it's pretty comfy now that Almaden, Lugner, and Elma are all allowed, and then everybody has Angelica. I don't think it's that hard to build a 4/4 box. So I don't know really why.
I do think it is. I think it's pretty hard. I mean, for most people, you could put together a 4/4 box, but having the number 2 or number whatever tank 3 and 4 be good is tough. That's why when we keep referring to Will, okay, the guy has a ridiculous Ledin and a ridiculous Lucia, and the other tanks all built up too, and a ridiculous Sonya. That's a little bit, not what everyone else has. I don't know why that we should be referring to that.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, so there are some
an example. I don't think that was the point.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's there. I think you can make pretty viable comps as long as your goal isn't like there's captains that struggle even with like a 4/4 box, right? Like Yulia is hard if you don't have Will's account because you have not only do you have to play a 4/4 box, but you also have to live like a really long time before she can do anything. But with like a mid-range captain like Kaguya or Mariandel or something where you have an actual a captain that can actually do things before turn 8.
Well,
it's.
I mean,
viable.
what I think also is, I think maybe Listel didn't belong in that group. If getting her as second pick with how bulky she could be built and oppressive that she can be, maybe she should not have been allowed to do that. That with a weaker captain, which is what we were trying to do.
It's just like for the average account, Listel is really bad, right? It's just like specifically in the hands of somebody who can make a ridiculously strong first pick tank box with super bulky units like Will. It gets problematic, but like I don't think like that's where it really comes down to. It should account for player tier and it should account for Waifu tier, like Meow and Mikey have been saying, right? Like under Will, the first pick of tank is super, super, super strong. But under, somebody with a weaker account like myself or Loon, and even under me, I think it could get a little strong. But like under a lot of players, it would be fine. I think it in the future it just should take player tier into account too.
Well, we could definitely look at that. I just need to see actual clear rules presented on it, because when even when we were setting this up, some of the stuff is difficult to see the I don't know if you want to call them loopholes. I guess we could call it a loophole, like the Lico thing, first picking that. It's difficult to see everything when you're coming up with the rules saying, oh, yeah, this makes sense. Force them to pick our healer first. Okay, well, then someone comes along and says, well, I'm picking this unit because they're a healer to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay. I want to make sure
They
that...
are a healer, though.
Like Zuko and Scrims picking Patricia first.
Yeah.
Right,
She
right.
feels-
Well, that time
was
I actually
against you.
forgot. I thought the rule was just you pick your tank second.
No.
It's like there's no
Right.
way I can win if you get first pick Patty. Like it's gonna be impossible.
She didn't even do anything. You got wrecked by the other units.
Yes. Well, I like
Without
had to be
Beto.
so careful. I had to be so careful about coming in that it was like so
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah, that one I made a mistake and I owned it. I cheated. I pulled a Raven. But, I don't know, man. I feel like an easy fix is to just make that tank a pick one tank. Just like you have the pick one DPS.
What do you mean?
Because the tank categories pick 2 of the 3 broken
Well,
tanks.
I mean,
It
okay,
could
but
be
we...
a pick one, and I feel like that would address most of the issues that people have been fielding here.
Like if
With the
if you
deferring it?
if you get to second, like if you've got the boon where you second pick, instead of making it you can pick 3, you can box 3, you can only box 1. So
Yeah,
you're not guaranteed to get a pick one tank.
Lando.
Then it just becomes, for better or worse, it then becomes how good is your not pick one tank? Your best
Yep.
Alucia or
It could
Sonyo or
be.
Shinpachi or whatever. Because they will just ban the pick one tank every time.
As they should. Just like the pick one DPS gets banned.
That's true.
I mean, if Ozma just had a better waifu the second pick, I don't think he would be as angry about the deferring pick nonsense, but...
No, I mean, so I played a couple games with the box and it was really, really strong, honestly. Like, I'm not doing that because I think it, like, I'm not even planning to use 6 guys. I'm not even really planning to use 5. I just think that boon is kind of dumb. That's what I think.
Well, I want a special Maya boon for the next season.
Also,
because of
like,
the skin.
so I'm a tier 3 waifu, right? So I don't even have to necessarily first pick a tank. Like, if I was an account that pulled actual real units, like Patricia and Tabby and Seraphine and all these crazy pick ones, like I could just pick first pick at a DPS enabler or DPS booster every game, and that would be crazy with Chris to help them out too.
Yeah.
Like, I just think the defer pick stuff gets messy if you try to be toxic about it.
Hmm.
And you know who needed it first pick?
Raven. Raven. It's tricky. It's hard to be able to guess how these things are going to play out. But,
Yeah, for sure.
What happened?
yeah. This is all your fault.
Sorry, I'm drinking it.
Anyways, I'm gonna head out for now. I've got some work to do before the end of the day. I'll see you guys.